Hello everyone and welcome to some MiSTer FPGA news. This week we will be talking about new arcade cores, what was going on with update all errors, an engine used for homebrew games being ported to MiSTer, and more. Also check out my channel sponsor MiSTer Add-ons, a place where you can get all your MiSTer needs, things like full MiSTer setups, I/O boards, accessories, and more. Now let's get to the news. TR Fighstick is planning on launching its TR Quantum case for the MiSTer FPGA once their Octopus arcade sticks ship. Not much information is on the X post, but they do mention that it will have a touch panel display and the aluminum is CNC'd from a solid block of aerospace grade metal. If you are interested in this case, then you can sign up for updates on the Indiegogo page. Solao Retro Gaming's Toki core has been ported to MiSTex. Right now, it only works on Cyclone 4 FPGAs, but the next step is to port it to Xilinx FPGAs. This core uses Jotego's JT framework, and work is being done to get cores based on that framework to more easily port over to MiSTex. The next game in the MiSTer FPGA Discord game challenge is Crazy Comets for the Commodore 64. This is a shoot-'em-up released in 1985. All scores should be submitted to the MiSTer FPGA Discord game challenge, and the challenge goes on until May 6. Shane Lynch is reverse engineering the Sega Megaplay. He started with GameRON disassembly and recording the communication between the Game68K and the Z80 BIOS. Any Megaplay owners would be excited to hear that this is in preparation for getting a flash card in the future. An FPGA core is also planned, but that is a long-term goal of the project. The Megaplay was an arcade version of Sega's Genesis/Mega Drive. It's not the only Mega Drive-based arcade machine Sega made. They also created another one called the MegaTech. The major difference between the two is that the games for the Megaplay work just like normal arcade games. When you insert a coin, you're paying for lives. The MegaTech, on the other hand, worked like Nintendo's Play Choice 10, in that when you insert a coin, you are given a certain amount of time to play a game. Even though the hardware was based on the console cartridges were not compatible. There has been significant updates to the Irem M92 core. Here is a list of notable updates. The main CPU was re-implemented to give the core better timing and behavior accuracy. Load times will be shorter now because DDR-ROM loading is now faster. A turbo option has been added. This will reduce slowdown in graphically intense scenes. To help with overscan on CRT televisions, an added squished 224p video option was added so games can fit better, and the framework was updated. For the past couple of weeks, there have been issues with Update All when users had the arcade ROMs database turned on. This issue is now fixed and errors should no longer appear. The reason for these errors were due to the MAME sources hosted in archive.org being suddenly removed due to fears of possible copyright claims. Unfortunately, there are no alternatives and this caused the errors people were getting. Now there is a more resilient solution to maintaining the database thanks to Zach. Moving on, Zach will be maintaining the arcade ROMs database and Big Dandy will be maintaining the BIOS database. Updating should be good from now on. There are 5 games that have been added to the beta JT house cores. Those games are Blazer, an isometric tank shooter, Tank Force, a multi-directional tank shooter that plays similar to Tank Battalion, which is also playable on the MiSTer FPGA. Tank Force is also the second sequel to Tank Battalion. Face Off, which is an ice hockey game. The tennis arcade game called Pro Tennis World Court. And Pro Yaku World Stadium, a baseball game. The JT House core is currently in beta, so it's only available to Patreon subscribers. It's great to see the Saturn core getting regular updates. Recently, SRG320 added initial support for analog peripherals. Other recent updates affected the following games: Battle Garega, Wiz, Grandia, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, Sky Target, World Series Baseball 98, Revolution X, Bust a Move 2, and more. OpenBOR has been ported to the MiSTer FPGA platform. OpenBOR is a royalty-free, sprite-based side-scrolling gaming engine that's mostly used to create beat-em-ups, but can be used to create other types of 2D games. Here are 2 games developed with OpenBOR. Asterix and Caesar's Challenge, a fan-made beat-em-up based on the Asterix and Obelix characters. Castlevania Legacy of Dracula, a side-scrolling Castlevania fan game. This port of OpenBOR was by Sumo9, and you can get instructions on how to install it from GitHub. Sumo9 says that the motivation for porting this engine to MiSTer was to have their daughter enjoy some Sailor Moon homebrew games on their Candy arcade cabinet. If you plan on using OpenBOR on your MiSTer FPGA, I provided a link in the description where you can download games. So that's it for this episode. I provided links to all my sources in the description. Make sure to also check out RetroRGB.com to see my MiSTer News videos in blog form and to get more retro-related content. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. And if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button and its bell icon so you can get notified of future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.